Started back in 2015. Our beginnings were pretty humble. In fact, the center consisted of primarily one person, which was me. And then, a few years later, we're working for Unisys, we're working for Boeing, and, we have this. We got so many wonderful, people who actually make the center what it is. So gathered here today are my students from Boeing project, my students from Unisys project, and people who are doing biometrics research for me. We have gone quite far. Boeing was very happy with our project. Unisys was very happy with the project. They might come back, and we're excited about that. We got other project lineups that are happening, and of course we can't forget the security day, right? That was the most ambitious security day ever. By the attendance, I think we had hundreds of people attending, compared to the first security day where we had it was like 30 people or something, and we're like in this small room. I remember that. And now we're in this huge. We're afraid that Titan pavilions are too small, and I can only imagine what it's going to be like, this fall. And of course, a lot of this is thanks to our sponsors. People like you who are watching this. Hopefully, you're watching this. And we're just here celebrating, having a good time, and thinking of ways to plot new defenses against, security. One other, thing which is great to see, we got a lot of very diverse people here, including the one who is behind the camera, right? Our lovely journalist, and all working together for the common goal of trying to develop cybersecurity solutions. And we're just getting started. That's what I like to say. And I think we'll only get better and better and better. So I look forward to 2018, and hopefully when we do this in 2018, some of the things which we have set our sights on this year could be achieved next year. So what are those things? One of the things I like to see is I definitely want to see more ambitious security day. I want to see it much bigger, much better, having speakers who are from top-notch companies like we did last semester. We would definitely want to keep that up. We definitely want to have more student clinics, hopefully double that. We definitely want to publish more, publish more papers, maybe even another book. And we got our courses in the pipeline. We got a malware analysis, we got graduate cyber forensics course, we got, what was the other one? We got web security. Hopefully by spring of 2018, some of those courses will be ready to be offered. That's the hope. So hopefully, next year when we're watching this video, hopefully we'll be able to reflect back and say on how it all, panned out. This whole thing, it started only as a vision. I remember when I came in 2012, and I sat down with Dean Uy Krishnan. He was the dean back then. And he had this idea for the Center of Cybersecurity. I was like, what is that exactly, and how do we make it happen? And once he described what he had in mind, he said, oh, that sounds cool, And then he said, so I kind of want you to lead the effort. I was like, oh my God. Of course, I told him very confidently, oh, yes, sir, definitely. Yeah, easily, But inside of my head, I was thinking, oh my God, what have I gotten myself to? If I get out of this alive, I'll be pretty impressed with myself. But, I hope we're not getting arrested there. So we are in a public place. So I thought to myself, well, what are you next? So, and then he says, well, you develop the center charter. You decide what the center wants to do. And I said, oh, I see. And I was sitting there with a blank Google Doc in front of me, thinking, so what do I do? What do I write? Because what I write here is going to set the tone for what's going to be the face of ECS, or at least one of its many faces. And I still look at that, doc nowadays, looking at how many revisions it went through to get it written, to get it approved. But to get back to the point, I was wondering, what do I write? What do I want the center to be? And back then, when I was a tenure track faculty, I was thinking, well, we are valued based on our teaching, research, and outreach, basically, and all of them had one thing in common. It was basically deriving knowledge and disseminating it, spreading it to everybody else. And that's what I really enjoy doing. In fact, as a faculty, I always saw those things as one, as different sides of the same, of the same greater vision. So, and that's exactly why I wrote it like that. I wrote it based on what was important to me back then and what nowadays I really understand and value. So, and I hope that I can, with the help of my students and with the help of the center faculty, we can continue developing that, continue advancing, that vision. Because cybersecurity, it's no mystery on what's going on right now. More and more attacks are happening, and even more are likely to happen in the future. And based on what we learned, there is no silver bullet coming. I mean, as one of the examples I frequently like to mention is the fact that it is impossible to develop a perfect antivirus. The reason being because, it's been mathematically proven. It wasn't just an expert opinion or even something that was derived from a statistical study. Like, that's actually a mathematical proof. So as long as our system is a Turing machine, it's just impossible to develop a perfect antivirus solution, which means that there is no silver bullet coming, at least definitely not in the near future. So staying secure will always be a process. And as long as it's a process, we need people who are willing to get behind it. It's like fighting a war that never stops, and a war for which there is no end in sight. But the great thing about it is that it creates opportunities for a lot of people. There are a lot of problems, but this also means there's a lot of room for innovation, a lot of room for solutions. So a lot of people see those things as obstacles, but one thing I learned that the best way to achieve success is to view obstacles instead of as barriers, but rather as an opportunities. And in cybersecurity, the opportunities, it makes my head spin just to think about them. So, and I see a lot of opportunity, and I see a lot of talent that is willing to seize those opportunities. And it's a really great privilege to be running the center. And I'd like to thank everybody who was involved in it, all the way from administration to the students to everybody. So for the great year of 2016 and 2017, cheers, and it is our pledge that we will keep striving and want to do better and go bigger.